Hey, good evening everybody and welcome back to Star Cub Review. Now, I've had a couple of days, well, a day maybe, since I posted, and I promised that I would be bringing more stuff out. Now, this may be set as a premiere, this may just be uploaded straight to my channel. I have no idea at this stage. I'll decide that when the time comes to upload it, which I'll probably do it as a premiere. So, if it premieres tomorrow, it means it was done yesterday, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, I've got so much more, I've got so much stuff to edit and film that some of these videos are going to be coming out a little bit late. Some of them are going to be streamed probably, a day late or whatnot. But that's okay, because majority of these videos are just either reviews or recommendations or actual chats. And tonight's video, for everyone interested, is my actual Mortal Kombat 1 story review, as opposed to the whole game review. This one has been a long time coming. I think that I've held off long enough, and I can see everyone else has talked about Mortal Kombat 1 story and talked about their favorite aspects and their dislikes. I'm going to talk about my likes and my dislikes with the whole MK1 story. Now, there are a lot of positives, but there are a lot of dislikes that I truly did not like about Mortal Kombat 1. And, some of the dislikes are just, it's disappointing that NRS and Warner Brothers really went down this route. Now, a lot of people have complained that it's an unfinished product, it's empty. Yes, I will agree. It is bare bones minimal. There should be a lot more stuff in this, and so before we get into this video, I just want to say to everybody, thanks again for tuning in, picking this video, whichever parts you feel comfortable watching, great. For all those brand new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this. This has just been, I'm just having so much fun doing these videos. And for everyone brand new, for everyone returning, sorry, I all love and appreciate you. So I've got that off my chest. Now, without further ado, let's go into, I'm going to do something very different. I'm going to go into my dislikes about MK1. Now, first off the bat, I will say, I absolutely loved the story. Up until a point where it went from new era story, completely fresh and new, to then going and spewing its guts out and going into a whole multiverse Mortal Kombat. That, to me, was piss poor writing, extremely piss poor, and I know it's honouring Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, and, it references a lot to the Deadly Alliance. Yeah, that's great. But essentially, you make it Deadly Alliance and Armageddon 2.0. And let me just put it another way as well. The Deadly Alliance, the ending for the boss, was piss poor. Was absolutely piss poor. And it wasn't even the Quan Chi or Shang Tsung from the new story, the new era. It was from Mortal Kombat 11's supposed ending where it's Titan Shang Tsung. Mortal Kombat 11 was just a shit show. The story was a shit show. And then when Mortal Kombat 1 divulged into the whole multiverse and basically became a straight up sequel to Mortal Kombat 11, that just pissed me off. It really pissed me off, because that is one of my biggest dislikes about it, is the fact that you went into a new story. And even Ed Boon said, it's a new bloody era. And it's going to be a completely new story. But then you get towards the end, and it's a big lie. And it becomes a direct sequel to Mortal Kombat 11, when you've established in the new era already some of the best characters, some of the best 3D era characters that are coming back, and you piss all over it. So that's what I disliked about that, was that story where it essentially went into the multiverse thing, and you pull a Marvel on all of us, and it's just, oh, what were you thinking, Ed Boon and NRS and Warner Brothers? Like, really piss poor writing there. Another dislike is Invasions, and it has to do with the experience for Invasions. That, to me, the piss poor amount of experience you get for your main character that you main and your cameo is piss poor. It was, there's no other easy way to really explain it other than the fact that it takes forever to level them up. Like, forever. You know, forever. And I feel like Invasions is missing a lot of meat in it as well. And some of the fights are just so drab and boring. And you pull this whole gimmick where some of the main boss characters in the Invasions mode have super armor, and you can't hit them, and you can't, you know, after a certain time you can hit them again and they go back into super armor. There's all these other gimmicks thrown into Invasions that I think really pissed me off. Although I do enjoy Invasions to a point, but the experience and AP and all of that you get for your characters, I don't like. Another aspect that I don't like about Mortal Kombat 1 is the shrine. My God, the shrine takes forever. And I know Uncaged Games covered that in his video that he did of MK1 review, which I thought was really funny, how he talks about the shrine. I totally agree with him 100% there. That is a real big dislike. Another dislike is with Invasions is the currency and all of that you get. The talismans as well, they're completely useless. You can do the currency and that to a certain point, buy certain things, and then after that you don't need them anymore because your character level, you reached the profile level of level 30. Well, can't we go past level 30 to level 35, level 40, and so on and so on and so on? I just feel like you get capped off at level 30 and then that's it. And then you're struggling on the board and that to even level up your characters. You have to do the endurance fights to get flawless victories and brutalities or fatalities to even get the really good experience, and that's just the shit show in itself. And I feel like we've been duped there. I haven't done the online modes and that, but I've heard lots of people talk about that. So that's not really one of my dislikes because I haven't even been on the online modes yet. But another dislike that I feel NRS and Ed Boon lied to us about is the fact that you said it was 24 characters and you gave us 23. Where's the 24th character slot? Where's the 24th character that you said was 24 and not 23? So you marketed that wrong, and you know, even when you sat in, even when the Combat Cast was on, they even said it was 24 characters. I believe they said it was 24, but now it turns into 23, it launches, and it's 23. So that's a very big disappointment because, you know, everyone was hoping for one of their favorite 3D era characters to get the 24th slot. And I just feel like that was a big lie. They sold us on a lie there. And that's very bad of Ed Boon and NRS and WB, all three of them, to make that mistake and market it like that. So that's another big dislike. Another dislike is the whole, just in general, some of the characters are falling into exactly the same trope as before, and I've mentioned it in previous Mortal Kombat videos that certain characters are falling into exactly the same line as they have done in all the previous Mortal Kombat games, and it's a bit of a shame. I'm just hoping that going forward, Shang Tsung doesn't fall too far into the same bloody thing. He becomes the same old villain again and again and again in all these new era of Mortal Kombat games. I want to see something different with him, which we already have done so far, but I'm just hoping we get a little bit further. Obviously, General Shao falling into the same category he does in the previous Mortal Kombat games, so I'm not even going to bother there. Another dislike is there's no pinning moves to the screen, so we can pin moves and have them on the screen while we fight, so we know what button pushes inputs to put combos. I mean, that is a most requested feature, and they're still not listening to us. Come on, Ed Boon. Come on, NRS. It needs to be better than that. You need to respond. I feel like that's just gone by the wayside. I don't know why they took that feature out. Another aspect I really did not like, I really don't like, is there's no real costume customization. And it just interests me. It just fathoms me that you can only pick, a mask and their costume. And another thing too is the palette swaps. All the different palette swaps you get in the mastery, they're just fucking palette swaps. There's no new armors or costumes or hats or anything like that. It's just palette swaps. I mean, come on. That's really boring. You get all that way for nothing, and it's just different palette swaps of their bloody main costume. It's just ridiculous. I find that so ridiculous. And they really need to jazzy that up and have real good customization like Mortal Kombat 11 did. That's one thing Mortal Kombat 11 got right, was the customization. It's continuing on from the story part of it. The other aspect I didn't like was the fact that the story should have been a lot longer before reaching Armageddon. It just went by so quickly. I feel like they really should have dug into the story a lot more, a lot deeper. And another pet peeve of mine is we didn't see enough of Havoc. We didn't get enough of his new story in story mode. Didn't get a lot of Ashra, which they gave her a very good chapter, but we needed more from her. Needed more from Nitara. I mean, come on. You bring her back and you don't put her in it enough. Another one is Garrus. I think Garrus was a little bit sidelined. They should have given more to Garrus. Reptile, absolutely amazing. One of my favourite characters of all time in Mortal Kombat. He got a sideline too. He got a really good chapter arc, but then we got nothing else from him. Same with Baraka. We got a really good chunk, and then I feel like they just sidelined him. Same with Li Mei. Sidelined her after a good chapter. Smoke. I needed to see more from Smoke. One of the best Johnny Cages is Mortal Kombat 1's version of Johnny Cage. Wanted to see more from Johnny Cage. Wanted to see more from Kenshi Takahashi. Kung Lao. Raiden. Their dynamic. Their relationship. I feel like we should have got more of them as well. And we didn't. And it's just disappointing. We didn't get enough of Rain. So and didn't get enough of Tanya either. So, you can't win on all those fronts. But hey, that's some of my dislikes. Now, my likes, which I'll go through quickly, is the fact that they gave a lot of love to 3D era characters. So that's absolutely amazing. That's one of the high points. Another thing too was certain aspects of Invasions I really liked. I mean, a lot of people are going to go, oh, you liked Invasions, blah, blah. I liked aspects of Invasions. It is fun, only up to a certain point. So that's another aspect. I liked doing the towers, just getting the character endings in that. Some of the best endings I have ever seen in a Mortal Kombat game. And I know these endings are canon to the MK1 storyline. So that's absolutely fantastic. That's one of the best features I like about this new one. And I haven't even finished all the character endings. I'm halfway. So bear with me there. I'm halfway through character endings. Another aspect I like is the artwork, the music. You can listen to the music, the soundtracks. You can look at the artwork and stuff like that. But my dislike about the artwork and all of that is getting it through, invasions mode and stuff like that. And I feel like it was so infrequent, but you got a lot of art from the shrine, which filled up most of my, in the collection section of MK1. But I feel like, you should have dedicated it to more getting gear and character skins and stuff like that. So it's a win-win there. It's a win, but a sort of like a semi-win on the other side of that. But that's another aspect I liked and disliked. Another like is the fact that it's single-handedly one of the best. It's really, really fun doing air combos and stuff like that, although some of the strings and that are ridiculously hard to remember without having that pin. I haven't mastered a lot of the practice section in the tutorial on that, because the amount of insane combos you have to do in order to pass a particular portion of it is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But the fun aspect of it is I do like trying to at least get those, try to. I do some of the tutorial, and then the bits that I can't, I just go, wow, you've made this really hard to actually do, unless you're like a pro, and I'm not a pro. I would not call myself a pro. I'm not a pro. I'm good at Mortal Kombat, but not extremely good like some of these other people I see on YouTube that are just, they can do combos out of their asses. It's ridiculous. And the other thing I liked about it too is some of the best well-written characters I've seen in Mortal Kombat in years. The design, the new era designs, absolutely amazing. Hands down, absolutely amazing. But one of my other dislikes about it is the fact that we need more features. We need more stuff integrated into it. We need more fun into invasions to make it worthwhile. We need better ways to get experience and stuff, because you can't get it in the story mode. You can't get it in certain fights and that online, because you got to win in order to get that experience. So they need to change those aspects of it. So there are my likes and my dislikes. I know I'm jumbling all over the place with this, but I feel like I like Mortal Kombat 1. It's one of the best ones I've played in years, but there are a lot of dislikes and likes to it. There's pros and cons to it. I liked the story up until the point where it went into a whole multiverse story. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, and I think Ed Boon and NRS have ruined the story there with bringing in the whole multiverse and Titan Havoc making no sense coming into it at the end. The Titan Shang Tsung coming from the ending of Mortal Kombat 11 in the Aftermath DLC was really lame and really lazy writing. So I enjoyed it, but there are aspects of it where this game is kind of lacking a lot of stuff, and you're ripping a lot of people off with dragon crystals, and having to spend money in order to get the good costumes and stuff like that. I mean, you got to bring out more skins than just the Deadly Alliance skin. You got to bring out more skins to keep people coming back and stuff like that. So I feel like there's a lot more meat that needs to go into MK1. It's an unfinished product at the end of the day, and I feel like NRS really should have held off from releasing it and really honed what was great about MK11, bring some of those features over while adding a new flair to it, and I feel like they haven't done that. But I still play it. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm having fun getting the character endings, and can't wait for season 2 of Invasions and see what they've improved there, what skins we're gonna get and stuff like that. I just hope it's not gonna be a complete rehash of certain skins and certain palette swaps, because come on, NRS and Ed Boon, you need to put more creativity into that. The palette swaps are fucking ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But other than that, people, I know I've gone 20 minutes talking about this, and I've seen a lot of other YouTubers out there talking about this, but I just wanted to go get thoughts out there, talk about it. You know, I may not make any sense with certain things, but my brain is tuned into certain things and tuned out to certain things. I don't make sense sometimes, but hey, that's what makes me quirky. You know, that's why I enjoy talking about this stuff, and if people make sense of what I'm talking about, then great. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just having fun with chatting about this, because I feel like, as an MK fan, I really like MK1. I have nothing against MK1, but I'm with a lot of people and a lot of the big name YouTubers that have a lot of dislikes about the game, and, you know, trash on certain parts of it, but they don't, you know, they don't hate Ed Boon, or they don't hate NRS because of it. I don't hate Ed Boon and NRS because of it, but I will call them out and say they are lazy. It is lazy, and they really should have fixed all of that, you know, especially with the problems that came with the one player advantage and stuff like that. Where were the testers when they were testing it for the beta? You know, they could have worked all this out and really put in a lot more content, and, you know, given us that 24th character. Like they said from the beginning, it was 24 characters, not 23. And, you know, I really don't care what any other person says. Oh, but you think you're so entitled, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I'm entitled at all. But from day one, when this was announced and whatnot, was getting close, they announced that there was 24 characters, not 23. So, in reality, they lied to us. And I know there's other YouTubers out there that have even spoken out on that. The fact that there should have been 24 slots and we got 23. It's like, what the hell? But I'm really loving... Oh, and another really good I like the cameo system. The cameo system is so much fun. I had so much fun with the cameos. Different play styles, different combos, how they play. It all adds to the experience of MK1 at the end of the day. But I just want to leave it there, people. And have a good evening. And I will bring you some more videos in the coming days. Alright guys, take it easy. Have a great night. And thanks again for listening. And don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to keep up to date. And I will see you all with the next video. Alright, adios.